I think that some of the crime we're seeing, and especially rises in violent crime, is an outcome of that. It's an outcome of the positions people find themselves in.
Crime is on the rise in Winnipeg, and while some experts believe the way to curb the trend is to invest in more community resources as opposed to law enforcement, some on the front line say that more police are necessary, at least in the short term, until the situation stabilizes.
Some people would like to think, because it's an easy way to think, that it's the willful choice of someone to engage in a criminal act. And sometimes it is, for sure. But a lot of the times, people who are finding themselves in this position, it's not a rational choice. It's just a reaction to someone's environment, and that environment is unhealthy.
Data from the Winnipeg Police indicates crime is peaking in the West and Central districts, which includes areas like Point Douglas and downtown. The University of Winnipeg's Kelly Gorkoff, who leads the school's criminal justice department, says the rise in crime stats is a symptom of a lack of affordable housing, accessible mental health and substance use programs, and community services for those most marginalized.
People are waiting 10, 15 hours, and you're not going to get somebody waiting in an emergency room when they're experiencing some type of mental health crisis or some type of drug crisis. So unfortunately, what that does is manifests itself in certain kinds of behavior. That behavior can be violent behavior.
Gorkoff says it's these people who need support and can't get it, who often find themselves coming into contact with police and the justice system, and as a result are criminalized, saying there needs to be a conversation about where resources are flowing. In an interview with City News, Chief Denny Smythe says the city remains safe despite the rising crime rates in specific areas, but that reassurance offers little comfort to some working in the city's core. Kent Dueck, Executive Director of Inner City Youth Alive, which provides youth services in Winnipeg and across Manitoba, agrees more resources are needed.
You could kind of see it in real time, the difference that it makes when youth access programs.
However, working with youth for almost 40 years, Dueck says it's not the time to be removing police from these communities, saying resources need to flow to both community initiatives as well as law enforcement.
We do have to get a handle on crime so that kids don't have to feel they have to walk around with a weapon, and innocent kids walking around with a knife simply because they feel afraid.
Data from the Winnipeg Police Service indicates when it comes to weapon-related offenses, these two neighborhoods far outpace others, and Dueck says when people don't feel safe in their community, it has a ripple effect.
If people are fearful, they can't think about the future.
In Winnipeg, Morgan Modjeski, City News.